Welcome to the Westside Middle School laptop orientation. Uh, the idea behind this is that the student and also a parent or guardian are going to watch this video together and we actually have a discussion time built in for the parent and guardian and student to talk a bit about the content of this video. We're going to have quite a few topics addressed, all the way from number one there, the purpose of getting the laptop, all the way through all of these items to the assessment test that the student is going to need to complete before getting the laptop. So there's many different items here. I'm not going to read each of these 9 items at this point, but we'll get to all these in the course of this video. But again, this should be viewed not just by the student, not just by the parent or guardian, but both together at the same time. Purpose of the laptop, again, is to really make sure that the focus is on learning for the student, being able to help them learn content, gain skills, and really make learning engaging and fun. Before getting a laptop, there's quite a few steps to go through. The online assessment, which we'll talk about in greater detail later. There's some paperwork that will need to be completed. There were paper copies of these sent home in a July mailing. They also are available online at on the web page through which you got to this video. There'll be the computer loan agreement response. We'll talk about those later. The Cooperative Loss Fund, which helps handle instances when the laptop gets damaged, and then a personal technology plan. Some general information about the laptop. It is the property of Westside Community Schools and needs to be turned in at the end of the year or any other time that we request. Should you be leaving the school district, the laptop, charger, and case must be returned in good condition to the Westside School District. The student will be getting the same laptop every year until we refresh the laptops, which is we have 3 more school years left in this refresh cycle. And not abiding by these loan agreements can result in a loss of laptop privileges. These are just some stats about the hardware, the size of the hard drive, the number of USB ports. There's no Ethernet port for the first time on our 1-to-1 laptops. Has the amount of RAM. There is no optical drive built into these devices any longer, so we now have to use an external super drive, and that's how you would burn CDs and DVDs. And of course, there's a wireless network card. This is some of the software that is on each of the items. We really provide a great suite of software that not only provides productivity software such as Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, also iWork, Apple's versions of each of those, Pages, Numbers, Keynote. There's Adobe Creative Suite. There's Kasper management that allows us to add additional software throughout the year. We provide Google accounts with Google Drive and Google Gmail, and both the Safari and Chrome browsers. So this screen is just a snapshot of some of the software that's on the students' laptops. Kasper is a system that we use to manage the laptops, to put software on them, and to monitor and make sure that there's not any inappropriate software that is being put on by students in violation of the user agreement. We can also update these laptops automatically through the network and enforce policies that we require. We do filter using a company called Iboss. Allows us to filter not only at school but also at home. So anywhere you could go in the world, you'd still be the student's machine is still filtered. The smart system, if a student goes to a website that Iboss has not seen before, it will go and submit that automatically so that it can be rated and categorized for its appropriateness. Again, even though we have this filter system, no filter system is perfect. Students really, when they're signing the forms, are agreeing to use good judgment, and we're really expecting parents and guardians to monitor student home internet use. Some responsible use and expectations. These next few slides, 10 slides, really are a focus of the information that students need to know to pass the assessment. Even though all the previous slides are important, we want parents to be also aware of these expectations. We do not ever want you to allow other people to use your laptop. Teachers are the final word as far as what goes on with the laptop in class. You should charge your laptop before you arrive at school. In the summertime and in the wintertime, there's occasions where your laptop can be exposed to extreme temperatures. We'd like you to avoid that. But when you bring them back inside from conditions where they're either too cold or too hot, again, we want you to avoid that. But when you bring them back in, make sure you let the laptop return to a normal room temperature before opening or exposing it to any kind of a shock. You should bring your charger with you every day, and with the laptop zipped in its case when you transport between classes. When you come to tech support, you need to have a pass from your teacher. You should not be sharing files such as homework, music, movies, etc. unless your teacher directs you to do that. You do have a Gmail account. Spamming or doing mass mailings are prohibited and can result in restrictions on your email and on your laptop. We really want to stress that any instance of cyberbullying, any kind of threatening, harassing, or any other kind of behavior will be dealt with by a dean, which we previously called a behavior interventionist. We really would just ask you to be kind online and be kind to each other. There's times when anybody, not just middle school students and high school students or elementary students, but people around the world, think that they have the license to be cruel and unkind to people because they're doing it through the internet. Really, that is just not appropriate. And not only is it just not right, but you can also lose your rights to using your laptop and suffer restrictions. Please report any kind of cyberbullying like that to a guidance counselor, a teacher, administrator, or tech support, and we will make sure that that is dealt with appropriately. Some social media, such as Facebook, is blocked, and you should not make any attempts to bypass those blocks. However, if you do get access to them through maybe your home computer, consider very carefully what you post online. Even though you might delete a post, it never will go away. It will reside somewhere on a server that someone could post again and make public, or perhaps they've captured a copy of it and could repost. So you really have to think carefully before you post anything online. Copyright laws, you need to make sure that when you use sources, that you always put the information in your own words when you use it in another document, and always give a proper citation to your source. Your library staff will be able to provide you with always with appropriate information of how to do proper citation. You need to make sure that you protect and do not share your login and password information. Do not share it with other students or anyone, because that's allowing them to get into your account. They could do things that would get you into trouble. But never do that. Even if you think you trust someone, you should never share your login and password with other students. There's going to be additional training for 7th grade and 8th grade, either in business and tech class or during homeroom. And also, students are not permitted to take their laptop to PE unless the instructor requests it. We do monitor your laptop. It is, again, property of Westside Community Schools, and we're telling you up front that we will be monitoring it, either our Gmail account is provided by the district and is not private. We do have the ability to go in and monitor what's going on and what you have sent in past emails or in current emails. When we print, the name of the source of the printing with the student's name and date will be at the bottom of the printout in the school library. Again, internet filtering is filtered everywhere at home, even at home, and we can even look at what's going on your screen. We really want you to take care of the laptop. It is a costly item. We want you to keep it with you safely at all times. Don't leave your laptop unattended. Store it in your locker, in your locked locker safely. Keep it out of sight so that people are not tempted to take or do anything to your laptop. And when you're storing it, put it in your carrying case. It's all zipped up and in your backpack. When we say this, help each other. There's times when we all make mistakes, but we're just asking that you watch out for each other and say, oh, you're leaving your laptop there on the cafeteria table. Make sure you grab that before you go. Look out for each other and help each other. There's a lot of damage that can be done to a laptop, and it can become quite costly. Simply losing a case can cost you $20. You will need to have your case at the end of the year to check at the end of your career at Westside. You'll need to check in your case. The laptop is really vulnerable when it's plugged in. You string that cord across an area where people move frequently. It can be tripped on, can pull the laptop off a table. Power adapters are also easily damaged, and they cost $50 at least to replace. You want to keep your laptop away from liquid and dirt, and always place your laptop on a flat, stable surface. This does not include the floor. The floor is a bad place for a laptop. Easy to get stepped on, have things dropped on. Pets can do things to your laptop when it's on the floor. Keep them up off the floor on a flat, stable surface. Here are just some brief examples of damage that we've seen, from dented corners to liquid spills inside. We'll see some more of those later. Broken LCDs. All of these things are examples of damage. Really, liquid is a really terrible thing to come in contact with your laptop. Even the smallest bits of liquid can begin to do horrible things inside your laptop. Keep them high and dry and away from all liquids. Keep them away from food. Keep them away from beverages. Always keep your drinks far away from your laptop, and it's better even to keep them below at a lower level in case something were to spill and just flow across the table. Better to have your drinks sitting down on the floor, not anywhere near your laptop. There's many times that we want to communicate with you and get you information. We will have a middle school tech notices in Gmail where there'll be laptop information posted and announcements. You can also stop by tech support in order to get more information, or just ask a teacher for assistance or help. Here's a time where we'd actually like you to pause this video for just a couple minutes, and we've thrown a lot of information at you as parents and guardians and students. Just want you to pause the video at this time and discuss at this point what you think are some of the most important things to remember when caring for the laptop, and then also spend just a minute or two discussing what you feel in your family are appropriate and inappropriate uses for the laptop, both at school and at your home. So go ahead and pause the video at this time, and then when you're done with your discussion time, just a few minutes, go ahead and resume the video, and we'll finish up with the last of the items. Okay, now that you've had your discussion time, we want to talk a little bit some of the real nuts and bolts that need to be accomplished before you get your laptop. The required forms, as we talked earlier, were sent home in a mailing, but there are also PDFs of those are available at area66.westside66.org/WMS there are 3 information sheets: the computer loan agreement, description of terms, the computer loss and damage cooperative fund description of terms, and then Apple laptop use and handling. Those are all information. Then there is one form to complete, front and back, which is a single response sheet for the personal technology plan, the cooperative loss form, and the user agreement. All of those are on one page, front and back. Those need to be returned to the middle school before the laptop can be issued. And again, if you do choose to participate in the cooperative loss fund, which we really encourage you to do, there will be a need for $35 in either cash, check, or money order. And we're going to show you examples of each of these documents on the subsequent slides. So I don't at this time expect you to read this in its entirety, but again, we have copies available to you and copies have been sent home for you. But these are the terms for the computer loan agreement. This is what you're saying that parents and students are going to do and acting responsibly to take care of the laptop and use it appropriately. Again, we're not going to give you time to look through this in its entirety, but you, at any point along the way, you can pause and look at this. Again, it's probably better to look at the full PDF form or the printed form. But this is the terms of the Cooperative Loss Fund. I'd really like to make sure that we emphasize the nature of the Cooperative Loss Fund. It's optional, but we encourage it. It costs $35 per student per school year. And this cooperative, if there's damage that exceeds $100 in cost, those items, what happens, and there's more details on the form, obviously, but generally what happens is the Cooperative Loss Fund will pay 70% of those large damage costs, and then 30% will still be the responsibility of the student. For example, if you lose a laptop or a laptop is totally destroyed, that cost, if you are not a participant in the Cooperative Loss Fund, is over $1,000. If you are a participant in the Cooperative Loss Fund, then that cost, the responsibility of the student, would only be $310. Now, when I say only $310, that's still a lot of money, but it is much, much less than the full cost of the laptop, which would be the responsibility of the student if they did not participate in the Cooperative Loss Fund. So just wanted to say again that please understand the Damage Loss Fund does not eliminate a student's responsibility to pay for damage. It just helps to moderate that cost and make it a little bit more reasonable. This is the single sheet response form that will be on all in one page. This is really the only page that you need to return front and back to the middle school prior to getting a laptop. The one on the left side of this slide, again, you should look at the full-size version, has information about the student, information about signing off in the computer loan agreement, a sign off on the Cooperative Loss Fund, and then on the back side is the personal technology plan form that also needs to be completed. There is a document that talks about appropriate laptop use and handling, cleaning, cables, external drive, just some things that we want you as students and parents to be aware of. At any time you have questions, either as a parent and guardian or as a student, you can email wmstech@westside66.net. We'll have secondary tech staff monitoring that account, and it'd be a place for you to ask questions or express concerns about the student's laptop, or you can call them directly at 402 408 8606. Okay, the assessment, after you watch the entirety of this laptop video, and again, we want the student to do it with a parent or guardian, then the student should use the link that is on that page, the Area 66, Westside66.org, WMS Tech. And this is the page that you got, how you got to this video. You'll want to click on that assessment link, and they will be prompted, if they're not already logged into their Google account, they'll be prompted for their Westside Google login. And then at that point, there'll be 20 questions. Ask them to carefully complete the assessment and then submit the answers. They can then look at their score, which will come in an email to their Westside Gmail mail account. It will show their total score out of 20, and then it will show each of the questions, whether they got it correct or incorrect. The student needs to answer 17 out of the 20 questions correctly. But understand, if you fail to score 17 or greater, what you should do is go back, review this video, and then log in again, take the assessment again. So this really concludes this orientation video. At this point, you should go back to that area66.westside66.org/WMS Tech. And at this point, you can go ahead and take the assessment. You can watch this video as many times as you want before you take the assessment. And again, you can take the assessment again if you fail to score the 17 out of 20 questions correctly. Thanks for your time in listening to this video, and we hope that you have a great school year. We ask that you use your laptop appropriately and do great things as far as learning and creating exciting products in your Westside Middle School career. Thanks.